This is the Appomattox Courthouse. It was built in 1846, but it was burned in a fire in the 1890s and reconstructed in the 1960s. Now serves as the Visitor Center Museum. That's a section of the 24th Georgia flag cut here at Appomattox. And the saber belonged to Sampson Moore of the 2nd Virginia Cavalry. This is the Hazleton Band drum of the 198th Pennsylvania Infantry. And the Grant and Lee handshake at Appomattox. Robert E. Lee's headquarters flag cut up and divided by headquarters staff, and these are some pieces. And this is a facsimile of the surrender document that was signed by Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant. This is the Appomattox County Jail. It was built in 1867, so it postdates the surrender at Appomattox by 2 years. Let's go on inside. Cells in the upstairs. Not very comfy accommodations. So the walls appear to be reinforced with iron frames. This is the F. Meeks General Merchandise Store. It was built in 1852, and this is the original structure. the Clover Hill Tavern. It was built in 1819 and it's an original building. Let's go on inside. Okay, we are guests here at the tavern.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Roll passes for the soldiers. In the span of about 2 days, they ended up printing out about 30,000 roll passes. But it would have been a lot more hectic in here. Like, I am one person printing these out. They put out a call for every single person who was a printer by application from the armies.
That was very generous, a grant to parole all the Confederates.
Yeah, well, it's basically what Lincoln told him to do.
Right, yeah.
Lincoln had told Grant to let them off as easy as possible.
Certificates were printed on these printers. These replicas or?
These are replicas. That one is an original though.
That one's an original there? Okay. So this is an original.
Here.
And some artifacts. Bayonets, cartridge bags, canteens. The U.S. Army Staff Officer's sword. Various horseshoes. Buttons and other items that were found in archaeological surveys of Appomattox Courthouse. This is the tavern's kitchen, and it's removed from the actual inn so as not to cause fires. It is an original structure from about 1820. This is the tavern's guest house. And this is the tavern's slave quarters.
Does it look like a safe right inside?
Yes.
Is that what that was?
Yes. John Woodson was a local lawyer. That was his office. That's how it became.
And a nice mid-19th century carriage. And a vintage wagon. This is the McLean house, originally built in 1846. It is a reconstruction of the original. It is in this house where Robert E. Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant on April 9th, 1865, thus ending any major operations in the Civil War. Let's go inside and take a tour. So this is the room where the surrender took place. This was Ulysses S. Grant's table, and he took the more modest table between the two of them and the fireplace. And this is the table where Robert E. Lee sat and signed the surrender papers here. Robert E. Lee would have been sitting where that chair is. And across, Ulysses S. Grant at his seat observed. And this is the bedroom of the McLean house. And it would have been the nicest home in town. We're going to head down the stairs. So the next room, which would be the kitchen, an iron stove and fireplace. And this is the marvelous dining room of the McLeans. This is the McLean kitchen, and this is where some of the slaves worked in here. This is the interior of the slave quarters behind the McLean house. And the second room inside the slave quarters of the McLean house leads to a upstairs. This is the Isbell house. It was built in 1850. It's original to Appomattox Courthouse. These are the Isbell outbuildings. And this is the Isbell stable. This is the Kelly house. It's an original home from the 1850s. This is the Pierce house. It's an original home from the early 1850s. And the surrender ceremony, April 12th, 1865, when the Confederates laid down their arms. It is on this site where the salute of arms took place. April 12th, 1865, Union Brigadier General Joshua Chamberlain watched the ridge as the Confederates prepared their surrender. And as a surprise, Major General John B. Gordon saw Chamberlain saluting his men, he instantly ordered his men to return the salute. And they marched this way down the road, Richmond-Lexington Pike. This is the Richmond-Lynchburg Stage Road, where the final surrender of Robert E. Lee's troops took place. They piled their arms, and as they marched past the Union troops on either side of the road, the Confederates were given a parole to return home, did not go to a prisoner of war camp. But they marched down this road from town to this spot. And this is the lone grave of a Confederate soldier by the name of Lafayette W. Meeks.